A customer arrives on the service drive with their guard up. Before you can even say hello, they demand a basic oil change and make it clear they aren't looking for anything else. In this moment, many advisors instinctively retreat. They hear the resistance and immediately begin editing the service menu, skipping scheduled maintenance or softening the technician's findings to avoid a confrontation. Most advisors convince themselves this is a form of efficiency. They believe they are respecting the customer's time or reading the room to avoid being pushy. This habit is called fear-based selling. It isn't the aggressive, high-pressure sales tactics most people associate with the term. It's the exact opposite. Fear-based selling happens when an advisor makes a professional decision on behalf of the customer simply to protect themselves from the discomfort of a difficult conversation. The result is a customer who leaves without the information they deserve. They never heard the full recommendation, which means they never had the opportunity to choose what happens with their own vehicle. When this happens on every customer who seems resistant, the advisor's performance begins to plateau. This habit of editing the menu based on a customer's mood is what separates a standard paycheck from a six-figure career. This fear, operating under the name of efficiency, stops the advisor's performance before the service even begins. To understand the impact on an advisor's income, we have to look at the math behind a tablet that gets closed too early. This diagram shows a 0.3-hour improvement in customer pay hours per repair order. This is a conservative target, reached simply by presenting the full menu instead of letting fear edit it. At a volume of 20 repair orders a day, that small improvement compounds into 6 additional flat-rate hours daily. With a labor rate of $160, those 6 hours add $960 in daily gross labor. Over a 250-day working year, that habit of skipping items adds up to $240,000 in lost revenue per advisor. Every menu item skipped is money that was already in the room, discarded to avoid a few minutes of friction at the service drive. Beyond the lost revenue, there is a hidden danger that usually surfaces months after the check-in. When a vehicle experiences a breakdown related to a service the advisor skipped, the customer returns to the dealership looking for someone to blame. Nobody told me I needed that. If the repair order shows the advisor abbreviated the presentation, the store loses its legal protection. Without a documented presentation and a clear decline from the customer, the advisor is left fully exposed. Field data from week 4 shows that most resistant customers aren't actually against the service, they are just bracing for a sales pitch. When an advisor presents the manufacturer's recommendations clearly, that defensive posture usually disappears. Softening the presentation strips the advisor of their documentation and their liability protection without providing any actual benefit to the customer. Fixing this requires a change in perspective. The manufacturer's recommended service schedule is the same regardless of whether a customer is in a hurry or a bad mood. The advisor's job is to present the information completely. The customer's job is to decide what they want to do. These two distinct roles must remain separate. When a customer pushes back early, use the standard pivot. I completely understand, and I'll get that oil change started. I want to make sure you have the manufacturer recommendations for your mileage before we get going. Open the menu. Present every item. Do not apologize for the price or pre-cushion the customer's reaction. After the final recommendation, stop talking. Give the customer the silence they need to process the information without backpedaling or filling the air with excuses. If they decline the work after hearing the full presentation, you respect that choice and document it. You have fulfilled your professional obligation. By replacing fear-based editing with complete presentations, advisors maximize their income, protect themselves from liability, and build trust through total transparency.